Hi, and thank you for meeting with me today. I know your time is valuable and want to walk you through Mario's evaluation process in a clear, family-friendly way so you always know what's happening and why. Let's start with why Mario is being evaluated. Mario was first evaluated at age 3, and while that early information helped guide his preschool services, children grow quickly. Now at age 6, we're reevaluating him to get a clearer, more accurate picture of how he learns, communicates, and interacts. His recent results show strong visual, spatial, and motor skills, and more difficulty with verbal comprehension, expressive language, and social communication. This evaluation helps us understand what supports will help him succeed, not label him, but to open the right doors for him. Now, what the evaluation includes is where we look at several areas: thinking and learning skills, communications, both understanding and expressing, social and emotional development, daily living and motor skills, early academic skills, where we also review his response to intervention or RTI data to see how he responds to extra support in the classroom. Now, collaboration with state providers is also key because Mario receives early childhood services. We receive his IFSP, or Individualized Family Service Plan, which is the written plan that guides services for infants and toddlers from birth to age 3. But they also have developmental delays or disabilities. Along with his past reports, we can also build on what we already know rather than starting from scratch, which is pretty important for us and his overall success. Now, the Met Meeting 1 planning will also include our first multidisciplinary evaluation team meeting, which brings together you, his teachers, the school psychologists, and specialists. We review concerns, strengths, RTI data, and any cultural or language factors. Then we create a written evaluation plan. Now, parent consent is everything. Nothing begins until you consent and sign the consent. Once you do, the official timeline starts. Now, let's look at those timelines. Most states require the school to complete the evaluation and meet with you within 60 calendar days of your consent. During that time, we conduct assessments, observe Mario, gather teacher input, and review any outside reports you share. Now, the Met meeting, too. That's where we look at the results and eligibility. When testing is complete, we meet again to explain the results in everyday language. You'll receive a written report. We'll discuss whether Mario qualifies for special education, and then we'll look at his eligibility that would require two things. Number one, a disability under the IDEA, and 2, a need for specially designed instruction. If he qualifies, we will then move directly into developing an IEP. Now, how this leads to an IEP should be talked about at this point so that you can better understand and know what's going on. If Mario is eligible, the IEP becomes his individualized roadmap. It outlines his strengths, needs, goals, services, and how we'll monitor progress. The evaluation is the blueprint. The idea is the plan built from it. Now, there are some procedural guidelines that we want you to be aware of. You'll receive a document explaining your legal rights, which include information in a language you understand, the right to give or refuse consent, access to all records, the right to request an independent evaluation, and options for mediation or due process. We can review any part of this together. Now, culturally and linguistically appropriate measures are also in place. We use tools that match Mario's language, his background, so that way we avoid any cultural bias. We gather information from multiple sources, not just one test, so we see his true abilities. Now, how results will be reported. You'll hear results during the Met meeting and receive written reports you can keep and review. Now, we'll explain what each score means in practical everyday terms and outline next steps. So, some helpful resources that we'd like you to have. There are two. These are family-friendly resources, and they are the Center for Parent Information and Resources, or the CPIR. They offer clear guides on evaluations, IEP, and safeguards. And next is understood.org. These are tools and explanations for families of children who can learn and think differently. Closing out this meeting, we'd like to now look at some of the most important things that Mario needs to know and have in his toolbox. because Mario is more than just any score. Now, the process that we discuss will help us understand him deeply so we can build a learning environment where he feels confident and supported. You are an essential part of his team, and we're here to walk you through this journey together.